Sometimes people want to know why they should choose a doula. Personally, I chose a doula on my first birth because I felt a bit anxious about the process. I really wanted a natural birth. And as I got into the medical system and was, signed up with my OB and, visiting the hospital, I could see that this was not going to be possible for me to have this vaginal birth, like without intervention, unless it was necessary, without somebody that was there to sort of protect me against a system that very much wanted to intervene with as many things as possible during my pregnancy and in the birthing period. So I wanted a doula personally for protection against the system. And I know that sounds like pretty extreme, but I really felt confident that I could have a vaginal and natural birth. But I didn't have the money to afford a home birth with a midwife. So that I was in an environment or even a birth center where I could have sort of a system that wants me to have the birth I want. And I was very aware that the hospital system wanted me to have a birth that they controlled. And I didn't want that. So I hired a doula. And once I had that experience, I wanted to be able to support women and advocate for them and educate them on ways to navigate the system themselves so that they could have the birth that they choose in the environment that they either wanted or for whatever reason financially had to be in, which for most people ends up being a hospital. Oh, do Linda, unmute yourself if you were talking.
And for me, I think I did it because I didn't have a doula, but the reason I became a doula was a lot of people don't have the support that they need when they go to have a baby. And studies have shown, even though I don't think we need studies to show this, that people birth much better if there's another female person in the room with them, whether that's their mom or their sister or their aunt or someone just sitting over in the corner saying nothing. Births were better. The shorter, less pain medication we're giving, just a better birth. And so to have someone with you, especially someone who looks like you, to be with you while you have your baby is just a plus. It just gives you someone that can, empathize with you and know who you are, and you're not a stranger to them. You have someone that's going in there with you that knows the system. It's okay to have, your sister to go with you, but she may not know all the stuff that the doctors want to do with you, to you, and why, and the doula does. So it's good to have that presence of another Black person, if you're Black, to go with you, and also someone who knows what's going on in the hospital as well, as being your advocate and your friend and your sister doula. So I think it's a plus to, what we say is that everybody needs a doula, because you do, to get through that system without being traumatized or medicalized.
I think it's really important to have a doula because that person does walk with you throughout your pregnancy and gets to know you in a really intimate way that your healthcare provider, even if it is a midwife, isn't able to do all the time. And I think it's really amazing to be able to have someone who doesn't leave your side throughout your labor process, especially. And when they are with you during labor, have been with you in this really intimate space and can connect with you over postpartum period to help you process all this, amazing empowerment that happened through your birth, and can help you process the things that maybe you have questions about. And I think that doula support is amazing because it can help you emotionally, mentally, physically, and education-wise. And we say, one of the doula's roles is to keep fear out of the room. And a lot of times it can be a fearful space, even if you do know what to expect. So whether it's your first time being pregnant or it's your sixth time being pregnant, I do think that it's really nice to have a dedicated person in that role for you.